When you're having a good skeleton run, it feels like you're flying. When it goes wrong, it's terrifying.
First of all, tell me a little bit about how an Australian athlete gets into skeleton.
Definitely didn't come as my first sport growing up. I came from a soccer and an athletics background. The National Federation went recruiting athletes, so they wanted just some fast runners that they could turn into sliders. And yeah, they just asked a bunch of people if they wanted to come try this sport, and that's kind of how it started for me. Mum didn't believe it. Yeah, she thought it was a joke until we were literally on the plane. Day one, we got there, we went to the track, they literally threw a helmet at us, said lay on this thing, and just pushed us down the hill. But I just remember getting that adrenaline rush down the bottom and just thinking I want to try it again.
In Australia, we don't have any tracks, so how do you get as close as possible to simulating a track?
Yeah, very hard sometimes without facilities, but yeah, we just have to make do coming from Australia. So I train 6 days a week, so 3 days on the running track, 3 days in the gym. The sled pulling I do is to mimic the start, so we have to push the sled off. Doing those sled pulls as well, you kind of put yourself into a bent over position, which is what we do when we're running with the sled as well. So just trying to mimic the angles that we're running in. Do a couple of odd gym exercises that people would probably look at us funny for. So we do have to have very strong neck muscles to hold up our heads off the ice. So yeah, I'll put like weights on my head and just hold it there for a minute or two, and yeah, people are looking a bit funny at you. And then this year I did a few training camps overseas to specialized facilities for skeleton. I kind of realized after that 2018 period that I'd been kind of having this safety net. Like I'd say, oh, I'm not going to spend the extra money to go to this place to do some extra training or buy this bit of equipment. And I think that cost me after that. Whenever I could get the chance to go away to train different tracks for longer, for extra weeks, I would. It's around the $400,000 mark from 2012 to now. Yeah, that I've put into it.
Talk us through a skeleton run, like from start to finish.
So the shortest track is about 1.4 Ks long, the longest is about 2 kilometers long. So pretty different, and they've all got different amount of corners, different directions of corners, different size of corners, different gradients for how steep they are. We pretty much have to learn every single corner on the track before we get to it. But at the start, run as fast as you can, jump on. We have to settle. So we have to go from, I guess, that big intensity with the running to then just be as calm as possible on the sled. We will have like a preset, I guess you'd call it a routine or a rhythm, where we're trying to go into the corners at this point, do these steers in this corner, get out of that corner. And when I say steers, we use our shoulders and our knees. So we put downward force into the sled, and that actually bends the sled. And this bending in the sled is what actually changes the direction of it. It is very subtle, but it does actually change the direction. So a lot of people think we don't steer, but we actually do. We're just trying to cover it up as best as possible. We're trying to hit these pressure pockets as well. So when you steer correctly in this G-force and these pressure pockets, you kind of get this slingshot out of the corner. That's how you get that extra speed, and that's how you get a better time.
How does it feel?
I think everyone's probably experienced this, where they've put their foot down in the car and got that little like kick back or that whoosh. It feels like that, but on probably 20 times more intense, and then nothing around you to protect you if you do make a mistake.
What are the risks with the sport? Is it lethal?
It definitely can be. There's been some, I guess, serious injuries or life-changing injuries to some people in the sport. Every season you have those moments where you kind of wake up and you're like, hang on, even though I've been doing this for so long, I really have to respect the sport and respect every single time I go down. And yeah, I have had a few injuries where it put me out for a few months. Just got to try not do those mistakes again and try to come back stronger.